here. Welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to get kind of started on, professionalism, getting back to the basics on entrepreneurship. So here we have the entrepreneur you. Just wanted to talk a little bit about that in this video. The entrepreneur you. Will you be? Will you be what it takes? Will you be what it takes? Because it takes a whole lot and some. Now, I'm coming to you from a sole proprietorship. I didn't go into partnership with anybody to open a business, because there is that type of business as well where you can go into it where there's multiple partners and you all go in it together. I'm coming at you from a sole proprietorship perspective, where I just wanted somewhere to do hair a while ago. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to do hair. But I did not know I was going to be everything. I did not know I was going to be the person that does the accounting. I didn't know I was going to be the receptionist. I didn't know I was going to be the one that does the inventory. I didn't know I was going to be the one that does, all the paperwork and everything. I didn't know I was going to be all of that. I just wanted to be the one that does the hair. So I'm telling you, it takes so much and some to be what it takes. I mean, you gotta be teachable. That is like major. That's major. Teachable, because you train over and over and over and over. So that's like a major one, being teachable, because the more information you get, it becomes like an overload. But you just take out what you need. That's all you do, is take out what you need and study from that. Take out what you need and bring it to the business. Take out what you need, but you still keep getting trained over and over and over. You have to be teachable. That's pretty important. And another thing is you have to be approachable. Are you approachable? Because there's all things coming at you, depending on what type of business you're in. People are going to approach you if you're handing out business cards, if you're handing out flyers, if they see you and recognize you and they approach you and ask you questions or something about your profession, you still are being approachable. You still have to be someone that's approachable. Can people come up to you and start to talk to you? Can they come up to you and share some things that happened to them and get some insight from you? Can you be that one that's approachable? Can you be the one as well that's teachable? Let's see, there like I said, there's so many things that you have to be becoming the entrepreneur you. You really do. Are you lovable? Do you love what you do? Do you love people? Are you patient? Are you kind? Are you, being that person of, grace? Are you, acceptable to everybody? Are you personable? That's another one. Are you personable? Does it matter the person that you're talking to? Can you talk to anybody? So these are some things on will you be what it takes, because that is so important. The being, because we're human beings. And we have to be what it takes. We really do. And like I was sharing in the other one of the other videos, about it starting within. And when people see you being that first impression they get of you is the lasting impression. And if you are shown, you show what you are, people are going to believe it. When people, vice versa, when people show you who they are, we have to believe them. So we take that first impression of people as well when we meet them. You come back with on how you feel about that person, or so on and so forth. Are they a professional person? Are they a person that's approachable? Are they a person that's teachable? Are they a person that's lovable? Are they a person that's personable? It all really has to do with, will you be what it takes? Because I'm telling you, like I said, it takes a lot and so much more to be the entrepreneur. And sometimes you'll be alone. Sometimes it's a lonely road. Are you okay with being just solo? Are you okay with being, just having that time that you're going to need to really get things in order? Because, when people say entrepreneurship, having your own business, everybody thinks, oh, you're going to have lots of money. When you first come into business, you gain profit. If you do gain profit, it's so important to leave it. Don't touch it. Don't just act like it. Don't even act like it's there, because you're going to need that. Because there's self-employment tax, which we are unaware of. When I first opened my business, no one told me about self-employment tax. No one told me about that. I was surprised with it when I went for tax season, when I went to the accountant to bring everything together at the table. And he's like, well, now it's time for you to pay your taxes. And I'm like, what taxes? And he's like, self-employment tax, which is $2,500 a year, right off the top. Not even, it's right off the top. And I'm like, oh, no one told me that. But at that point, I had income that was profit. And guess who paid their self? Me. Where I was better off just leaving it there, because then I wouldn't have had to worry about the self-employment tax. I was just better off just leaving it, not even touching it, not paying myself. But I mean, it was my job. What could I do? So this is what I'm saying. It's a risk. That's another thing to be, as far as being. Will you be what it takes as far as risking everything almost that you have? Because it's a risk. It really is. It's a risk taker. Will you be a risk taker? Will you be that? Will you be that risk taker? Because that's what entrepreneur, because it's you're becoming, you're organizing, you're bringing everything together, you're putting everything in that you got, and you take a risk. It's either gonna prosper or it's not. Okay, so we have to really know before we get into it, will you be what it takes? Because I'm telling you, it's a lot. It really is. And sometimes you don't know, just like I didn't know. Nobody told me the real truth, I'll say, of entrepreneurship. Just what it would take. Just what it would take. Will I be what it takes. Nobody asked me that. Nobody said, will you be, or are you willing to be what it takes? Are you willing to be broke? Are you willing to be someone that's not paid all the time? Are you willing to be that one that's going to put the majority of their time into it? And I'm talking about time. There's 24 hours a day, 24 hours in a day. You're going to put some hours into your business. It might be 12. It might be 15. Just enough for you to get it in there, get everything all in. But you're going to put in that time. Are you going to be available? Are you going to be that one that's going to, like I said, put that time in? Because I'm telling you, it takes so much more. That's why we really, really have to know that it starts from within. And when I say that, I'm talking from a perspective of, I'm a born again believer. And if it had not been for the Lord on my side, I would not be here. Trust me when I tell you, I would not be here. Again, will you be what it's, I will not be here, because it took so much of everything working together for the good for me to be here at this point in my life, is what I mean. When I first started out on the journey, you're doing, you're building friendships and so on and so forth. And at this point, I was with someone, and I went on a trip, and I was willing, I'm gonna pay the trip, and he was all for it. And it's like, oh, we're just gonna have a good old time. And, we're going on this trip together, and I'm, renting a car and doing this and doing that. And, because I had this money, I had this business. But I was told something that changed my life forever. And when I say changed my life forever, I really mean it changed my life forever. I was told that I would be cut up and nobody would ever find my body. That's what I was told. And you know where I went? I went on my knees, grabbed a Bible, because when you go away in hotels or wherever you stay, there's always a Bible there. Well, that Bible was good for me at that time, and I grabbed it, and that's where I went. And that's why I can stand here today, because I had to be somebody completely different. Even in that circumstance, even in that situation, I had to be somebody different. And it changed my life forever. I had to be, I couldn't go evil for evil. I couldn't do it that way. I had to use the good. I had to use everything that was positive, everything that was peace, everything that brought gentleness, everything that brought softness. And it worked. Because I stand here today being able to help someone else to become that entrepreneur you, and having what it takes, and being what it takes. And I don't say that to put that on anybody. I don't say that for any other reason other than the fact is that's why I'm where I'm at today, is because of the Lord. And that is a serious thing for me. Very, very serious. So that's why I am here today, and I'm able to, help somebody else to be teachable, to be approachable, to be lovable, to be personable, to be a risk taker, to be or not to be. You know, the one of the Shakespeare, to be or not to be, that's the question. You're either going to be or you're not. You know, and you know, I say that to say it takes a whole lot and some. And as we go on, as more videos are put out, and we'll really get into how and why, and will you do what it takes? Not just will you do what it takes? Will you have what it takes? So, you know, I just wanted to start there and just kind of come to you at, you know, just a few little things just to try to help you to become the entrepreneur you that you are. Whatever it may be, little or small, doesn't matter. Near or far, young or old, you can start anywhere. Just like I did. You can start right where you're at. Because will you be what it takes? You have to be what it takes. Okay? So, thanks so much. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for subscribing. And don't forget that little notification bell so that you'll know when the next video comes. Okay? Bye-bye. Thank you.